Welcome back everyone, and the Game Awards just happened, but more importantly we got an amazing Smash Bros trailer. However, I wanted to focus on the Game Awards, and while sadly I haven't played that many new games this year, I wanted to give you all my choices for the Game of the Year. Now, since I haven't played all that many new games, these will be all games that I've played this year. So my rules are, I have to have played this game in the year 2020, not before. I'm only going over the game categories, so no best esports anything or design anything, just what was the best game in each category. I know this is weird and you can scream at me in the comments, but anyways, let's get into it. Oh, but before that, let's get a little fancy. Oh wow, that worked, and I look decent. Cool. Well, let's go! Indie game. Okay, while I played a lot of indie games this year, only one comes to mind right away, and that's Monster Prom XXL. Well, it's not the best game I've ever played, it has so much charm. All of the characters have at least one reason to like them, and when you get into the actual story that the team wrote for them, you see why this game isn't just another game. The main reason I like it so much is to do with my friends. Just hanging out playing this game while trying to go after our favorite characters is always so much fun, and just lends to being a good time. And yes, Polly is the best, so with that, we are moving on. Family game. Mario Maker 2. Yep, I mean come on, it's Mario where you can make your own levels, and it's a sequel to a game. The reason I made this my #1 family game is because not only can you play with people, but really any age can play this game. Maybe not every level, but still, this game is a lot of fun for everyone, and anyone can enjoy it. There's not a whole lot more just because it's Mario, but anyways. Next, RPG. Yeah, I know. Well, this probably should have been the blonde swordsman fighting a white-haired swordsman. I actually haven't played Final Fantasy yet, so it's not. But yeah, I've already talked a lot about Persona 5, especially Persona 5 Royal, but it's still so good, and it's the best RPG I've played all year, and I mean, it still holds up, so that's really it. If you want to hear all of my opinions, at least a lot of my opinions on the game, you can go check out my other video, but for now, I'm gonna move on. Fighting game. Ha! I snuck my hero into this. Nice. But seriously, this game is so much fun, and not only is super solid fighting game that improved on almost everything from the first one, but being able to design your own outfits for your favorite My Hero characters is awesome. And wow, is it just a spectacle. Like, even when you lose, it's usually just fun to watch. Funny enough, the only other fighting game I really played this year was the other anime fighting game. All I can really say about this is it's a super solid fighting game, and I have no regrets putting it on here. So, moving on. Multiplayer game. To be honest, I kind of expected Among Us to just fade away after a couple weeks, but it hasn't, and it stayed pretty popular. Honestly, I get why. It is super simple, and while I don't love this game, I find myself keep going back to it. And while I might not stay, I always enjoy my time with it. And I always enjoy my time with the people who play it. And that's talking about random people or not. It feels like everyone kind of has their own way of playing, but they all meld together. Also, it's just so simple that anyone can play, and that's kind of the best part about it. And honestly, for that reason alone, Among Us has to get the multiplayer award from me. I would have given it to probably any other game. I just don't play that many online multiplayer games, and all the other ones that like have couch co-op, I didn't really play. Next, action and adventure game. Ys 8. And yes, that's how you say it, I think. Probably not. Anyways, this game is an amazing time. Well, it may not have, you know, the most sane ending and get super crazy later on. That just kind of adds to it. I love the weapon upgrades, and a lot of the team members are a lot of fun to play. The story never had a dull moment either, and honestly kept me on my toes the entire time. I never knew what members were going to die or stay alive, or who I needed to protect, or anything like that. Also, all the side characters were actually pretty good. Well, most of them. There's a couple that I couldn't stand, but the ones I wanted to get to know, I was able to. This game just felt like it was constantly expanding at a perfect rate, and I just kept wanting to play it. And then I beat it, and, well, it just kind of stayed with me. So, now that we're almost done, let's keep moving on. Strategy game. Yes, I know the sequel for this just came out, but I haven't played it yet, like a lot of these. A lot of the other games, I mean. I've only played the first one, and wow, is this game all kinds of fun. All the modes have something to offer, and going head to head against friends is amazing. A little known fact is I love Tetris, and it's a super solid version of just that, and with the money alone. And I can finally understand what Puyo Puyo is, which is a lifesaver. I mean, what kind of person would I be if I didn't? My only big complaint is it gets a little repetitive in the story mode, but that's Tetris for you. Besides that though, I think this game is so good and always a decent time at least. So if you have some people over, give it a try. But moving on, Game of the Year. My Game of the Year is Age of Calamity. Yeah, you knew this was coming, don't act like you didn't. I mean, come on, I made 2 videos about it. But really, this game is just amazing, and it's always a good time. While I know it's not for everyone, it is just so good for the audience it's going for. I am a little sad this game didn't get a little more love, but whatever, I think it's fantastic. So go check my other video if you want more details. The big thing is for Game of the Year, I did want to give it to something that came out this year, especially something new, and that's Age of Calamity for me. So, yeah. Anyways, so those were my weird opinions, and honestly, if you have the free time, which you probably do given the virus, give some of these a chance. You might fall in love with them just like I did. But seriously, tell me what your guys' favorite games or the Game of the Year for you was in the comments, and tell me which games this year I should have played and probably will. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.